I haven't mentioned this yet, but Osamu Dezaki started out wanting to draw manga. Back in the 60s, there weren't any schools for manga or animation, so Dezaki joined Mushi Production as an in-betweener, because drawing the same character over and over could prepare you to do the same in manga. He wound up finding his calling and didn't end up producing much manga, though a little of it does still exist. But in some respects, I don't think he left that school of thought. So much of his style hinges on quality still images, and making sure the audience sees what he wants them to see. I mean, hell, his prolific use of split screens should be enough to show you the guy loved his paneling. But something else I think he loved and carried over from manga into his anime was an aspect manga always tried replicating, but could never truly deliver, because it has to do with sound. We've talked so much about the visuals of Dezaki's style, of course because anime is a visual medium, but it's also an audio medium, unlike manga, which supplements its lack of sound effects with implying them with katakana. This might just be me, but unless your use of sound effects text is iconic or used creatively, it's not all that as immersive as... And Dezaki really makes an effort to recreate this effect in anime itself. The soundtrack is one thing, but the overall sound design of his anime is so involved and punchy. A gong plays over a shot of the sun. This chilling piano plays as a chill runs down their spine. There's a lot of older anime where this is a matter of course, but Dezaki is still a part of that school and used it to incredible effect. When you want to sonically design an action scene, remember that you're working with film and the sound doesn't have to be directly from the source itself. What does a punch sound like? Sure, it might sound like some muffled noise, but it's not going to be all that loud in real life. It's sort of anticlimactic if you use it like that. Dezaki applies what cinema already figured out, using artificial, exaggerated sound effects for the impact of punches or the swing of a tennis racket. I love these sounds. They're as animated as much as the literal animation. But of course, on the flip side of that, Dezaki isn't just juicing up the soundscape artificially, but realistically too. The term is diegetic sound if you don't know, and it's the simple act of adding sound in the world of the characters, from hearing a plane take off to music overheard in a restaurant. The latter is always immersive to me. It's always tracks not included in the official soundtrack that I'd be lucky to find anywhere else. These sounds are definitely not something people might appreciate since they blend in so matter-of-fact, but it's important to take note of in a medium where everything is a drawing. This all seems moot to bring up. Like, yeah, I hope the ocean sounds like the ocean. But we know it can happen if the sound design of an anime is poor, don't we? None of this is something I think Dezaki invented, obviously. Maybe not even popularized the same way as his other techniques, but it's important to point out this is something he cared about. This might be off topic, but I'm always a little miffed when I see animation fans share clips of these great sequences. But without any sound. All of the clips on Sakugaburu are muted. And I get it's probably to avoid copyright, or they'd probably argue the sound is not what they're trying to focus on, And I get it, but it does a serious disservice to these clips. Audio is vital to an anime's success. It may not be as time-consuming to accomplish as animation, but there's just as many sound engineers, composers, and voice actors too that are equally responsible for bringing these stories to life. Without sound, anime just wouldn't be the same.